Okay, so here we're going to do the sums now, like you guys see. But before we do it, I want to quickly explain divide and times with decimals before we're going to do this. So let's say 2,72. So for instance, I say times with 10. Very important. This is detail that I learn my learners always, and then they can improvise this when we are working with length. It's just easier to remember it like this. So for instance, say we have the times with 10 here. Times, I move my comma to the right. When we divide, I move my comma to the left. That's easy as that. Right times divide left. So, it depends on if you're going to move your comma 1 time, 2 times or 3 times, depending on times with 10 is 1 time, left or right. If I times or divide by 1000, it's going to be 3 commas. We're going to move 3 times. If we divide or times with the 100, it's going to be 2 because the 100 has 2 zeros. It's going to move 2 places to the right or 2 places to the left, depending on if we times or divide by 100 or with 100. So here we are times with 10. So now I'm going to move my comma to the right hand side 1 time. Look like this. Now my comma is going to be at the back of the 7. So it's going to be 2, 7, comma 2. Okay, so for instance, we divide by 10. Comma 7 to divide by 10. My comma is going to move to the left hand side because we divide. How many times? 1 time. So my comma is going to be before the 2. So it's going to look like this. 2, 7, 2. And then in the front is going to be a comma. But, very important, there must be a 0 in front there. You are not allowed to leave the 0 out. You must, otherwise it's not correct. Let's say 2,72 divide by 100. My comma is going to move to the left hand side. We divide. How many times? 1, 2. 2 times. So it's going to go 1, 2 times. There's my comma is going to be. And in that loop, there's space for a 0. So important, 0, 2. But in front of the comma, there must be a 0. So it's going to be 0, 0, 2. If I have to take this one and times with 100, my comma is going to move to the right because we times, how many times? 1, 2, 2 times because 100 has 2 zeros. 1, 2. My comma is going to be at the back of the 2. So it's going to look like this. 2, 7, 2, comma, 0. Or, here, you can also write it as 272. You don't have to add the comma 0 in the end. But here there's a whole number and this is going to be a decimal number. It's going to stay decimal. In case they asked you that it must be in a whole number. Okay, so both of this is going to be right. But remember, when it's in front, you must add the 0, very important. So let's go look here. I'm going to use my guideline that I have typed here for the learners. So from centimeter to meter, I'm going to divide by 1000. Divide by 1000. Important is going to go to the left hand side because we divide. And I always tell my learners, add a 0 at the back of the 1. It's just easier because we have done this. So it's just easier to explain this. So I'm going to move my comma 2 times to the left hand side. 1, 2. So now my comma is going to be in the front of the 3. 3, 1. In front of the 3, the comma is important. You must add a 0. So it's going to be 0, 3, 1. That's my first one. Let's see, meter to kilometer. I'm going to divide by 1000. So I'm going to add the comma at the back of the 1. We're going to move the comma to the left hand side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In front of the 1, there's going to be my comma, and I'm going to add a 0 in front. It have to be there. Let's see, centimeters to millimeters, I'm going to times with 10. Now you guys can see there is already a comma in this one. So I'm going to move to the right hand side 1 time, because my 10 has a 1. 1 time to the right, 1. It jumped to the back of the 2. 4, 2. You can write it 42, 0 or for only 42. Both is going to be fine if you guys want to write it like that. I hope this helped you guys. I hope it's not a bit confusing. But the more you do it, it becomes easier. So let me know if you guys understand this explanation I did here.